Hey guys, I thought I'd come on here and kind of continue something that I've been doing over the past few videos today, and that's kind of show you some of the VHS tapes that I do have. Now, first of all, I showed you some of what I consider the rare VHS tapes out there, but also now wanted to come out here and tell you about some of the other VHS tapes that I have, along with some of the media connected to it. For example, previously before this video, I talked about the Bears-themed Bears and VHS tapes I have that go along with the DVD sets that I have. Well, now it's time to go in another direction, and in a direction that, well, I don't have them all on me right now, but I'll try to show you the pictures as they pop up or as I mention them. But now I want to show you the Sonic the Hedgehog DVDs, or basically the VHSs along with the DVDs that I have. So without further ado, guys, let's check it out. Okay guys, so yeah, let's get started talking about some of the home video history when it comes to Sonic the Hedgehog and the various shows he's had. First of all, as far as my history with the show and when it comes to home video, you got to start at the beginning. And the way I'm going to start at the beginning, because of course a lot of the videos I've done recently have been talking about the VHSs while also talking about what's come before or come after it as well. So as far as my first official venture into Sonic the Hedgehog as far as home video is concerned, you might think it's the VHSs. Well, part of it is, not entirely. You see, basically when I got the VHSs after or around the time something else came out. And that, my friends, would be this. This is the Sonic the Hedgehog Supersonic DVD set, the very first official DVD set that came out. Now, the reason I bring this up is because this only contained about 5 episodes, believe it or not. It contained, let me see, it contained, I believe, Sonic and Sally. It contains Sonic Racer. It contains, of course, Supersonic. And then I think maybe Sonic Boom, I believe. But anyway, there's also a bonus episode in there, and all you have to do is, do a little quiz game with Inspector Gadget on it. And once you pass that quiz game, you will basically be able to unlock the 5th episode, which is Sonic and the Secret Scrolls, which some would consider serves as the Season 1 finale, when in fact, in reality, it's actually the pilot episode, Heads or Tails. Now, of course, this is what the DVD looks like. This is kind of bare bones, if you will, but there's a bit of history in this, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you watching this know what that history is, but if you don't, give you a little rundown on it. Basically what happened when this got released is that word got out that Lionsgate's Home Entertainment and their Trimark Home Video division did not get full permission to release this. But the blame is not entirely on them. The blame actually goes to DIC Entertainment. You know, DIC Entertainment here, DIC. It actually goes to them because they had forgotten that when they became part of the Disney family, if you will, that basically all video distributions, all home video distributions of anything that DIC Entertainment put out has to go through them and the Buena Vista Home Entertainment division. So what happened, long story short, is Disney got wind of this, found out what was going on, and basically I guess issued a cease and desist and had all the Supersonic DVDs that Lionsgate's Home Entertainment and Trimark Home Video had distributed across the board to all the retailers. They had them all pulled. So if you were lucky, like I was, to get it when it came out, consider yourself lucky, because if you try to get this now, it may not cost you much because it just might go for maybe $10. But there are some people who are like, hey, people might want to get this if they hear it's the first official release, and they might try to scam you out of more money than that. But yeah, this was the first one that came out officially, and this was in 2004. Now, around that time, I thought it was kind of a bummer that we only got that and nothing else, especially when I, along with everybody else, found out the truth as to what exactly happened. So, what did I do, you might ask? What did I do, you might ask? Well, real simple. What I did is I went on to, I believe, Amazon and eBay, but mostly Amazon, and saw that the original VHS releases distributed by Buena Vista Home Entertainment under the Dick Toontime video series were up for sale. That through third-party markets, courtesy of Amazon and eBay, but mostly Amazon, they were up for sale. So I ended up finally getting my hands, individually, one at a time, as best I could, on these 3 volumes. Now, I don't know if there were I don't know if there was another volume, but basically these are these volumes basically come with 2 episodes each. Excuse me. But they come with 2 episodes each. And like I said, even though it says right there, Buena Vista Home Video, it's basically under or distributed under the license or under the name of Dick Toontime Video. And again, these consisted of 2 episodes each on each VHS. This one, for example, what I'm trying to get at, the one that stuck out to me when I first saw these for sale back in 1994, and that's the truth, 1994, the ones that stuck out to me were, of course, these. And I can tell you exactly how they stuck out to me. Basically, after I got back, after I came back to Kansas, or my family sent me back to Kansas to live with my dad due to some personal reasons, me and my dad would go shopping in Topeka, Kansas, or in Lawrence, Kansas, at the Walmarts or the Targets there, in the vicinities, or in the towns, I should say. And I remember one day we went into a Target in Topeka, Kansas, and the toy section and the entertainment section were like back to back to each other. So right in the middle, you could go right into a section where you saw all the new movies and stuff for sale when they were still selling VHS. So what do you think I did? So what do you think I did? Me and my dad, we walked into Target, and we walked by the toy and electronics area. So I decided to walk to the left while he's looking at something to go see what the new movies are. And right in the middle, in display, along with some other new material, some other new VHS releases, right in the middle, I see these 2 just on display. And I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I gotta get these. I gotta get my hands on these. Unfortunately, I didn't. But yeah, these were actually on sale around mid-94 as far as I know. And they were selling for $14.95. Now, when I watched now here's the thing, what's funny, I watched Zaranyzerak's, I rewatched Zaranyzerak's first part on the VHS years for Transformers, and he talked about the difference between the first releases of Transformers on VHS by Family Home Entertainment, FHE, and the later releases, and he acknowledged that the difference was the price. Like the original releases went for $24.95 because you had like 1 or 2 or 3 episodes on them. Well, the later releases went for $14.95 and you had basically 1 episode on them. Well, when you look at these, and when I saw these, I should say, for the first time for sale at Target, I noticed that the price that they were going for was $14.95. So for $14.95, $15 actually, you got 2 episodes. So if these were the only 3 volumes they released, for about $45, you got 6 episodes out of the 13 episode first season. And the episodes that are on here, and if I scan them, you'll see them over here too. But the episodes that are on here, and this is what they look like as well. This is what the VHSs look like. But the episodes on here are like here. This is Sonic Racer. So of course you have the episode Sonic Racer, and you have Sonic Boom. So you have those episodes on there. You know, you have those episodes on there, even though Tails is seen in Sonic Racer, but he's not like helping Sally on a mission or anything like that. It's actually Antron that's doing that. So you have Sonic Racer. And then on this one, and again, that's how the VHS looks. On this one, which is Hooked on Sonic, you have Hooked on Sonic, of course, the episode. And then you have Warp Sonic, which can introduces us to, I think, Griff, who becomes sort of like a love interest for Sally in season 1, at least for that episode. So we have that one. And then, of course, we have Super Sonic, which, of course, has Super Sonic and Sonic and Sally. And again, you know, things just like that. It's just, that's how the VHS looks like right there. It's just printed on. And what's funny, and I want Zaranyzerak to hear this. I want, you know, Sean, I want you to hear this. What's funny is when I got these online, when I bought these online, I think I bought them, it was either through Amazon, or I think I bought, actually no, it wasn't through Amazon now that I think about it, even though it would make sense to get them through Amazon. I mean, you could probably do that today. But the way I got them actually was kind of through an Amazon-like site. I think it was called, I think it was something along the lines of, it was a Canadian store. It was a Canadian store online called CD Universal, CD something. And that's how I got these for what I did. And I didn't pay a big price for them. I actually paid a decent price for each. I think I paid about $10, maybe $8, $8 to $10 each. So it's not too bad to have those. Now, of course, like anybody, this wasn't the only time I would get Sonic SatAM on home video of any kind. As a matter of fact, if I could show you right here, I don't know if you could really see it well, if I move the Blu-rays, like right here, these are my Sonic SatAM DVDs. Those are the ones I recorded the episodes on. And what I mean by recorded episodes is even though they're kind of packed away right now in the garage, I think it's in one of my totes in the garage, basically a fellow fan called Rafaela XD sent me out of the graciousness out of her heart, well, not the graciousness out of her heart, but basically sent me because she was selling these. This was at a time when the VCD format was going pretty strong, especially for fans wanting to make a little quick buck here and there. So Rafaela XD was selling various copies, VCD-wise, of the Sonic SatAM series that she had recorded. So to get to the point here, long story short, she sold me a copy, or she sold me a set, one of the sets that she had of Sonic SatAM on VCD, and I think it consisted, I believe, of 26 VCDs. I think 13 or 26 VCDs that contained one episode or two episodes each. I gotta go find them and look at them myself. But that's what it consisted of, and that's how I was able to create those two individual DVD sets that I had at that time, so I can enjoy them. Now, I also did have Sonic SatAM on VHS. I had them on some variety discs that I would record on Saturday morning along with some other cartoons. As well as, basically when we got to the second season, I got a majority of that second season on VHS. Unfortunately, I did not get the rest of the second season, or at least the later half of the second season, but as well as I didn't get the season premiere episode. But right in the middle, I ended up getting the episodes that consisted of a majority of that season. I got from Sonic Inversion, No Brainer, both parts of Blast of the Past, the first of two filler 11-minute short Antron related episodes, Dulcie, and then of course The Void. And that was it. Because my plan was, okay, I'm going to go downstairs, record the rest of the episodes on VHS, but the VCR that we had gotten, me and my dad got from the pawn shop that looked like it was working for a bit, finally decided to say, you know, that's it, it's done with its recording mode. Basically, the recording mode just died out. It played VHS, it played movies and all that, but we couldn't record on it anymore. Something occurred, I don't know what it was. But anyway, long story short, I had that VHS with me for a long time, and now it's probably in a box somewhere in the house that my dad used to live in that's all boarded up, and it's probably eaten up by rats and all that by now, who knows. But anyway, to get to the point, basically I wanted to see the final episodes again, and I think it was Jay Foxfire or somebody out of the kindness of the heart sent me a VHS copy of the episodes they had recorded when they originally came out, and that's how I was able to see them, but I wasn't able to put them onto anything just yet. And of course that tape's probably gone as well now, probably to oblivion, who knows. And after that, of course, I just had the VCDs and the DVD sets that I did, courtesy of those VCDs. But then the news came out around 2006 that in March of 2007, we were going to get this. The complete series on DVD, courtesy of Shout Factory. And the bonus to go along with it is it was going to be very fan-centric. And what I mean by very fan-centric is that, as you can see on the back here, this is fan artwork here of Sonic. And then as you look into the set itself, you look at the covers, the front covers of each case, and in the back. And then as you open them, you see, the background here, and then of course the disc covers. You look at that, and it's very you could definitely tell that it's very fan-oriented, very fan-centric. And it was all thanks to Brian Ward, who I think still works over there at Shout Factory, as well as his connections to Fans United for Sat AM, which is right here. The credited right here. I think you could see that. The credited FUS. They are credited. And some of the people involved at Sat AM, like Allison, is credited for making this happen, making this a reality. So, of course, being the fan that I was, I ended up getting multiple copies. Now, some of the copies I sent to my family, like one I sent to my cousin, one I think I sent to my nephew and my niece. And then, of course, I sent copies over to people that helped me out when it came to Sonic, like Jay Foxfire I sent a copy to, Rafaela XD I sent a copy to. So I was giving back to them because they had helped me out. And then, of course, I decided, you know what? Why have one when you could have two, and keep one as sort of like a backup, but also a collector's item? Because this is how it was originally first sealed, like this. So, so that's pretty cool. And I've always had this idea of putting it in like one of those frames that you could put like stuff in, like coins or collectibles. I've always thought about doing that with this and hanging it up on the wall so I can have it for display. Now, of course, the Supersonic DVD, and then of course the DVD sets, were not the only ones that I got officially when it came to Sat AM. I also ended up getting, of course, the Mega Mix release by the Mega Mix compilation DVD that N-Circle had released. And right there, you can see that the two episodes they included were Ultrasonic and Supersonic. And, it's not really much. It's just the disc. And then, of course, the other episodes they added 3 from Adventures and, 2 from Sonic Underground, that you can see right there. So it's basically lives up to the name of Mega Mix because you got a variety of Sonic animated material. Now, speaking of Adventures, I ended up getting all these courtesy of Frank Hill. Is Frank. This here is actually the complete series. This is all the episodes, believe it or not. This is all the episodes. And this, of course, is Volume 1 and Volume 2 when it was distributed by N-Circle. N-Circle Entertainment did these. And then I think MVD Visual, along with Invincible Distribution, released the complete series of Adventures. So I don't know if that also includes Sonic Christmas Blast on there. I have to look online and see if maybe it does. But yeah, I got those. But what's funny about this one, and I think, and thankfully they corrected this for Volume 2, but look what they did for Volume 1, if you will. Look at look at the Robotnik there, and then look at the logo for Sonic. That's SatAM wise, including this. Like, what does this guy have to do with SatAM? He doesn't. You know, he doesn't have anything to do with SatAM. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, basically they obviously knew that people may not want to buy them, so they had to put something that would get them to buy them, something that would attract them. And then, of course, after SatAM, the other big one, in my opinion, until Sonic X came out, the other one that I thought was pretty good was Sonic Underground. Now, this is Volume 1. It's a 3-disc set. Again, you know, you have bonus material, concept art, music video, jukebox, interviews with original screenwriter and executive producer, storyboard to screen. So, yeah. You know, N-Circle Entertainment and DHX released this one. And I think before that, or around the same time, Shout Factory released Volume 2. And Volume 2 actually has something very interesting. I wish I would have gotten Volume 1. I wish I would have gotten that. I don't know if I did get it. I have to look. But Volume 2 actually has something very interesting. And I think Volume 1 did the same thing. It says bonus features include exclusive CD soundtrack featuring 8 tracks of Sonic Underground's fan favorites music video jukebox. So that was the one thing that N-Circle didn't do when they took over the license, or distributing license. They didn't give us a bonus CD. So here we have Volume 2, and on here you have the music video jukebox. Just open that real carefully, and there you go. So they went the extra distance on it, that being Shout Factory. And then, of course, here's Volume 2, Disc 2, or Disc 3. You get the jukebox, and you got the bonus CD. And then there you go, right there, you get the bonus CD. And it has 8 tracks on it. It has 8 tracks showing you, you know, and showing you what episodes are from. So that's pretty cool that they did that. But obviously the N-Circle one, the N-Circle DHX one, did not do that, which I figured they kind of missed out on as well. So again, I may have the other volume by Shout Factory, but if not, I'll probably have to look for that online later on to get the other CD if I want to. But speaking of Sonic Underground, of course, can't talk about Sonic Underground without also talking about the other DVD releases that they had. This one was by Sterling Home Video. They released this one exclusive. They released this one, and you could find this mostly in places like the Dollar Tree or the Dollar General for about $5, or even $1. And it was under the Sterling Home Video Animation Station line. Easy for me to say. I was trying to think about that. I was trying to think what it was. But as you can see, that's all it is. It's just bare bones. And the episodes on here are Beginnings, A Hedgehog's Home is Her Castle, and Mobodoon. And then you get a bonus Super Mario Brothers cartoon called Do You, Princess Toadstool, Take This Koopa? So, and they also had animation station releases for Mario and Zelda. And then, on top of that, we also had N-Circle and DHX release Secrets of the Chaos Emerald, which is basically a Sonic Underground movie. It's basically all the Knuckles related episodes, like Friends or Foe, Flying Fortress, No Hedgehog is an Island, New Echidna in Town. So yeah, it's basically the movie, the Chaos Emerald movie for Sonic Underground. So that's pretty cool. And overall, that's really all I could say. Now, as far as Sonic X goes, little bit of backstory on this one, and I'm gonna bring out this for a second. Hold on for a sec, if I can get it. Yeah, here it is. This here, I don't know if I did this in Kansas or I did this here in California, but basically this is a VHS that has shows that are recorded off of Fox Kids, and it says shows recorded to be as backups to be recorded onto DVD later, or DVD recorder. And as you can see, I had the new TMNT, Yu-Gi-Oh, and G.I. Joe, which is G.I. Joe Sigma 6, but also mostly Sonic X. And the reason I did that basically, as I arranged some stuff back under here, the reason I did that, folks, is mostly due to the fact that, again, just got to arrange some stuff under here. But was mostly due to the fact that I was working. Now, again, I can't remember if I recorded these when I started working at Walmart and they would have me work during the day, or if I was working at the Walmart or the Burger King or wherever in Kansas. But I do remember, like I said, recording these on the VHS because I wanted to put them onto DVD later so that I wouldn't miss an episode. And that's what I did. You know, that's what I did. Now, of course, speaking of Sonic, Sonic X, turn on the flashlight here for a second. Speaking of Sonic X, I can get in there. Right there, as you can probably see as best you can, it says Sonic X. That is the complete series of Sonic X. That is the complete series of Sonic X. Underneath there. Now, speaking of Sonic, now from an official standpoint, I did get, I think the second or first season complete on DVD when that was released. I don't know if it's here or it's in the garage stored away, but I did end up getting that. And also, I have it somewhere. I think it's packed away somewhere. It might be in this drawer here or wherever, but I also have the Game Boy Advance release of Sonic X as well. One of the first ones they did, which had the first episode or two. So yeah, I ended up getting some Sonic X onto DVD, recordedly and officially. But again, it's not the only Sonic thing I have. Now, I don't have it on hand right now. It's somewhere packed away in my totes here, probably in this tote down here. I'm not going to get it right now. But I know the VHS one's probably packed away in a tote in the garage. But I also have Sonic Christmas Blast. I have the Sonic Christmas Blast VHS, as well as the Dick Entertainment Christmas compilation, which also has Sonic Christmas Blast on there. So, yeah, basically so yeah, I have those as well. And, of course, can't talk about Sonic on video without talking about, of course, the movie that just came out this year that Frank Hill was kind enough to send me the 4K version of. As well as talk about this that I just recently finally uploaded here onto my channel, even though I know from a copyright standpoint I won't be able to make money off it even if I wanted to, and I think we all are kind of cool with that. And that's just the wrong number there. I don't know what that was. But like I said, I'm pretty sure we're all cool with that. But yeah, this is all final 4 episodes of the series that I edited together to be like a movie. It's kind of like what Zaranyzerak said about what Family Home Entertainment did with The Ultimate Doom and More Than Meets the Eye, which were 3-parters. That basically they took out the other title cards, the commercials and everything, and just streamlined them to be like a movie. I basically did the same thing with Doomsday Project, with the final 4 episodes. I basically streamlined all of them together to be like a movie, like Cry of the Wolf, Druidhead, Spy Hog, and Doomsday Project all into one. So yeah, like I said, can't talk about anything like that without talking about that as well. And I do have some other Sonic stuff as well, some other Sonic DVDs that I've recorded that I've added material to as well in the past. But really, guys, that's about it. That's all I'm going to say on this video. Thank you all for watching. Really appreciate it. Let me know what you all think down below. Comment if you like. Again, another shout out to Zaranyzerak for inspiring me to do this with his videos that he's done almost a decade ago, if not recently. And I will talk to you guys all later. So till next time, God bless. Take care. I'm out.